Right. Now that the DB connection has been defined, we need to continue in our application configuration manager and go and create the data view itself. I'll switch over to my data views and I want to filter by the particular DB connection, and I can see that there are currently no data views using the HR DB connection. This is where we'll actually go and create the data view. Remembering that the data view is what we use to view the data in the employee's system. So we can give our data view a name. Let's just call it Employees Manager. And all that this data view configuration needs, it needs to know, well, which database must it be connecting to? So in our case, we know it's going to be the HR database connection that we created previously. And the only other bit of information that the definition of the data view really needs is it needs to know, well, which stored procedure must it run to retrieve the data that we want to display. So in this case, it's going to be STP employees select that we had a look at earlier. And if we want, we can even give this data view a tag, which will allow us to launch it directly later using its tag. So we've created the entry for the employee manager, which is using database connection HR. Here's the stored procedure that it's going to be executing. As we can see, it's our very simple select staff from employees stored procedure. What we need to do now is we know that our stored procedure is going to come back with data or data set that's going to contain columns. So we need to go and tell FrameworX about the columns that are going to come back from the stored procedure. We could go and add the columns one by one, or we can just tell FrameworX to execute the stored procedure and generate the columns dynamically, which we've done. So at this point, FrameworX has had a look inside the stored procedure and realized that this is the data that's coming back. We are able to customize the captions of the columns so that they can differ from the actual name of the columns. And we can do that just literally by editing the various caption fields. We'll just do one or two of them. And let's just fill this in. And that's all we're going to really do at this stage. We'd like to let the date of birth also know that it's actually going to represent a date field, and any other configuration that we would like to do to our various fields can be done here in the definition of the columns. When we're done, we're going to save the column definition. We can click back and just have a look at our definition of our data view, and it is now aware of the fact that there are 8 columns that are going to be coming back from this stored procedure.